so I can put more bad stuff in. Some people, though, like, I won't mention names, when he would, when this person, like, would drink and then he'd have to throw up, it was pathetic. He was, like, out of commission the whole night, like, literally could not move, you know, and I don't understand that at all. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, you puke and rally and that's it. I don't know. Puke, you're good, keep drinking. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I did go out again this past weekend, and I mean, I didn't get as messed up or anything, but I mean, I was starting to feel it by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Just starting to. Because I did have only one shot of Rumplements just because I think I emptied them out by that one shot.
Were they just like, why is this guy back here?
Oh, no, it wasn't
he wasn't allowed back here.
It wasn't at the same bar or anything, but yeah, like, I did have a couple drinks here and there, but it was just, it wasn't as strong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm kind of glad, too.
I just, like, I don't drink how... It sounds like you're drinking more as I'm drinking much less, you know? Because you know how I used to be. I would fucking party, like, every night, you know? And now it's just, like...
My life is just getting started.
I just, like, think about it, and I start to feel hungover and terrible. Ugh. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was me... in my non-sobriety, in my Octobriety.
Yeah, you messed up. If there was even an idea of being sober in October, it's ruined now.
Well, should we move on to Fontella?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had a very nice time. Fontella came and stayed with me for a while. There were some things that we thought may happen, but didn't end up happening, and so, you know, Fontella was just there for, like, a little trial, you know, to see how Fontella would do. I'm trying to avoid using those words, because, you know, they wanted to see how Fontella would do if Fontella was going to be with me for an extended period of time. And it was great. We had a good time. We had a blast. Fontella got a nice haircut and a good exam with the doctor. And during one of Fontella's visits at the doctor, a discovery was made. So let's go back to, like, the very, very, very beginning. Okay. So, we found Fontella when Fontella was a little kitten, like maybe, I don't know, maybe...
Past her point of being able to be on her own by someone adoptive.
Yeah, so probably maybe like 4 or 5 months or so. Really little.
Yeah. Like, they're normally good to go after 8 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was she like a kitten, or was she kind of like a little bigger? I remember
it was a mix between kind of a little bigger and still kind of a kitten.
Yeah.
It was like just in between that stage.
Yeah. So this was before I, you know, was the crazy cat person that I am today. So I, you know, found this little kitten at my apartment, climbing up my screen door at night, and it scared the shit out of me. So, you know, I snatched this little kitten up, and I'm just like, what the hell do I do with you? You know, I don't know. Maybe I put something on Facebook or texted you.
I remember after Sam and Abby had moved out, my roommates before, I was feeling kind of lonely, and I remember posting something on Facebook saying, if anyone has a cat or whatever, like, let me know, because I mean, I'm wanting, like, a little companion around the house with me.
Yeah.
So, someone that we worked with had just mentioned something about how you had found this cat, Fontella. And so I texted you about it. I was like, you have a cat? And you're just like, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Do you want it? And obviously not, but well, I mean, you may have wanted it, but I don't know.
No, I don't think I was allowed to have cats in my apartment.
Oh, okay.
I think it was, like, forbidden, and...
Like, point blank period?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that, obviously, later I did not follow those rules.
Yeah.
But, you know. So, yeah, I was just like, here you go. Here's a cat.
And see, I don't think I definitely wasn't allowed to have cats or animals or whatever, because, I mean, the apartment complex that I live in allows animals, but there's like an outrageous fee.
Right.
And then in addition to your rent.
Right.
The what do they call it? The deposit.
Oh, their deposit, yeah.
The deposit, and then including like however many pets adds on so many more.
They have like
dollars.
their own rent. You have to pay rent for your pets, essentially.
Like,
yeah, I mean, I do that. I do that for my animals, but you know, it's annoying. But whatever.
I mean, I'm still not even supposed to have the cats. But yeah.
There you are. So yeah, so you get the cat. You have the cat for a lot. So you took Fontella to Four Paws, got an exam, all that. Everything was fine and dandy. And then you just, had Fontella for many, many years. And, we all thought she was a girl.
Up to like 7 years now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for 7 years, here's, this girl cat. She's beautiful. She has, beautiful long hair. Which I'm a little... Oh, okay. We'll get to that in a second. But anyway.
We're building up the story here, people.
And from both of our understandings, she was never spayed.
She was just so young. We didn't think that...
Yeah. And then she just never, went back for her spay. And so I was just like, well, that really needs to happen, for a plethora of reasons. So I take her to my work. And I said, here's a cat. Let's spay her. And so on the day of her spay, I bring her in. And, I'm up at the front desk. And she's downstairs in the surgery ward. They have her, under anesthesia. And the doctor pages me from down there. He's like, Erin, you need to come down here. And I was just like, okay. Yeah, I was kind of worried. I was just like, something happened. What happened? So I go down there, and there's like 6 of my coworkers just standing around the surgery table, and I'm just like, oh fuck, what the fuck? And so I go down there, and they look up at me, and they're just kind of smiling, and they have these very mischievous looks on their faces, and I was just like, what the hell?
What the hell?
And my boss is just like, are we 100% positive that this is a female cat? And I was just like, I mean, yeah, she's been to another doctor. They said it was a female, and that, she still needed to be spayed. And the doctor was just like, but are you sure? And I was just like, at this point, I was just like, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. And he looks at me, points down to Fontella, looks at me again, and he's just like, because this cat has a penis. And I was, I know my face must have looked crazy. I was just like, what do you mean? It's like, what do you mean this cat has a penis? And he was just like, yeah, this cat has a penis. Look. He was just like, look. And at this point, so Fontella had a lot of fur, so you couldn't see back there.
Exactly.
We had given her a haircut, and so that area was now, visible.
And I was just like, it's not like I was looking for it either.
Right, yeah.
I didn't see any family jewels back there, so I figured, this is a girl.
Well. So, as it turns out, to make a very long story short, Fontella, who we thought was a unspayed female cat, is actually a neutered male cat.
After 7 years.
7 years of calling her sweet, sweet little angel princess.
Now, see, let me start off by saying, I was at Brandon's when you had messaged me. I was sleeping on the couch at this, because he was at work or doing something. And so I was on the couch, and I wake up to your text saying, Tommy, there's something that has occurred, and I need you to call me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay.
And I knew the way I phrased it that you were gonna be worried. You were gonna be like, oh shit, what's happening?
And so I call you, and you're like, Tommy, there's some earth-shattering news that I need that happened. I'm just like, she's pregnant, and you're like, Fontella, she is actually a he.
Oh, you know what? I think you were like, she's pregnant, and I was just like, he is not pregnant.
I was just like...
Fontella is a he.
I froze there for a second. I was just like, He's like, I'm just waking up too. I'm just like, trying to process this. I'm just, what? And
like, you have a boy cat, Tommy.
And then you told me everything that just happened about the surgery and the table and people, and just like, it's like, I'm taking it as just finding out that my child is a transgender. Like, I don't know, like, I was there for the birth or whatever. Not necessarily, but like, it's like as if I was there for the birth of my child. And then for some reason throughout all these years, I don't know, it's just, I didn't know how to process this information. Like, I was heartbroken. I told Brandon, I was like, Brandon, call me immediately. He called me, he's like, what's going on? I was like, Fontella is a boy. I had my mom call me. She was like, tell me what's going on. I was like, Fontella is a boy.
A boy. Well, I mean, worse things could have happened. Okay, so here is my theory of, like, how events transpired. So I think what happened is Fontella was a kitten at, like, the animal shelter. And so they, neutered him really young and then adopted him out. And because they'll neuter things super, super young at the shelter. They just want it done because they don't want to, they don't want any possibility of any more kittens that they would eventually have to deal with. Right. So they'll neuter him super young. So, but they neutered him, adopted him out to someone who lived in my apartment complex. And then he got away from them and then found his way to my apartment. And, me, not knowing anything about cats at this point, I was just like, who wants this cat? And you were like, I do. And then I don't think at that point either of us were just like, this is a boy or a girl. Like, we didn't know.
Like I said, I didn't see any family jewels, so.
Yeah. And like on little cats anyway, like, it's super hard to tell. Like, it's just hard to tell. But then you took Fontella to the vet, and like, usually when they're doing intake, they're asking you questions, they'll be like, do you have a male or female cat? And then, I don't know, maybe you said girl, and then when you had come for the appointment, they should have verified that. Like, they should have, even if you were like, I don't know, they should have checked, you know? So that particular vet, I think, is where this whole thing kind of snowballed. Like, it could have been figured out right then and there. They could have been like, this is a neutered male cat.
And I think at this point, maybe I had them for two or three years, maybe. Because I know we took Fontella and Nugget to Four Paws, because Nugget we hadn't gotten her spayed yet at this point, but I know that we were getting tired of her walking around the house, thinking that she owns it by purring and meowing constantly, by getting in heat and whatnot. So I think we had Fontella Nugget at 2 or 3 years by this point when we had taken them to the vet to get this done. But now, see, Fontella has, like, anxiety because she was the first cat in this house. So from what my mom told me, this is basically her domain. So whenever we bring people into her place, it makes her nervous. Like, sharing a space, it makes her anxious, I guess, or something. I don't know. So we took Nugget there to get her spayed, and we took Fontella there to get her anxiety, or because she would, like, the reason why we asked about her was because, like, we would see, like, clumps of her fur being, like, torn out or whatever all over the floor. So we're just like, why is she ripping out her fur? And then that's what the doctor had suggested. So we tried to get her some anxiety-free food for her. When I first picked up that bag of food, though, I was like, how much is it?
It's expensive.
The receptionist was like, $60. I was like, 16? Okay. And she was like, no, 60. I was just like, 60? Oh.
No, it's a lot, and I don't know. In my opinion, that's not my very, like, unprofessional, like, you know, veterinary opinion. That's not where they should have started with that. That's insane. Yeah. You know,